The Shark Deck.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Angela Levin wondered why Harry would need a getaway place. Speaking on GB News, Levin said they have to pay almost £117,000 in the equivalent of council tax from their local area. In it, it tells you what they've got. Library, gym, cinema, spa, pool, tennis court, 7 bedrooms, 16 bathrooms, reduced to 13. So why would somebody want to go and stay in a hotel to get away? I mean, it's very odd. One of the hotels is permanently booked for him, which sounds to me it's something he can rush to if things are bad. Is she shouting at him? Is he feeling depressed? There's another hotel with a gym which he also reserves. I think it's a real tragic situation because it means he can't get up with the kids if they need him. He won't be there first thing in the morning. It's a distance, isn't it? The distance between them seems to get longer and wider. The rumour mill has been hot after Lady Colin Campbell claimed Harry called in divorce lawyers months ago amid problems in the marriage, supposedly for some time. Campbell told GB News, there have been problems in the marriage, supposedly for some time. I mean, I've heard from 5 totally reliable sources that Harry called in the lawyers some months ago. The problem is that the information doesn't necessarily match up with their public face. But of course, their public face is to an extent slapped on for monetary gain. And also, if there are real problems in the marriage, which there do appear to be, Harry's going to have a heck of a time extricating himself because he has been very overt about all his failings and all of his drug taking. He's not in a very good position legally in terms of preserving his position, especially in terms of custody of the children. But I don't know that it's got to that stage yet. And you also have to be very careful what you believe because anything coming from Montecito can very easily be a lie. Lady C also weighed in on some of Meghan's thoughts about Meghan's time on Deal or No Deal. Everything she says is total nonsense because, first of all, the show is about delectable girls and it's about their beauty. It's about their attractiveness. It's about their vivacity. Every single other woman on that show who has achieved more than Meghan has achieved has said what a wonderful opportunity it was and what marvellous employers they were. Fashion expert Miranda Holder observed Meghan has ditched her uber-glam fashion sense and is now opting for a more hip sense of style that shows off her edgier side. According to Holder, this is the new post-royal life version of Meghan, who prefers to leave the uber-glam days behind, preferring instead to sit just slightly on the more hip, edgier side of the fashion fence. Following several recent glimpses of Meghan channeling a more relaxed California cool aesthetic in short suits and even hiking boots, it was exciting to see the Duchess literally radiating beauty and sophistication. Harry and Meghan received a visit from James Corden on Tuesday. Hello reports Corden was pictured driving himself and his family to Harry and Meghan's home before making a 5-minute car journey to Montecito restaurant Lucky's Steakhouse, where he dined with his wife Julia and their 3 children. Monty Python's John Cleese told GB News, I do have sympathy with them, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Yes, if I had to choose who to have dinner out with the royal family or ex-royal family, I'd choose them. Palace Intrigue will be right back.
I'm Kate.
And I'm Corinne.
We host the podcast Pop Fiction Women,
where we deep dive into the best books, TV, and movies,
as well as the women creating them.
So who are we?
Corinne is a lawyer who worked on Wall Street. She loves psychological thrillers that keep her guessing and has a soft spot for messy women trying to break cycles of addiction and self-sabotage.
And Kate is a litigator who worked at some of the top international law firms. She loves romantic comedies that keep her swooning and has a soft spot for the ice queens who learn to let their heart lead over their heads.
We cover a range of content like When Harry Met Sally, Fleabag, Yellow Jackets, Normal People, and Tell Me Lies.
And we also interview your favorite authors like Emily Giffin, Tia Williams, and Rebecca Searle.
Where we always ask the most important question of all, what's your sign?
Subscribe or follow Pop Fiction Women wherever you get podcasts.
First we heard Charles might not have the power to kick Andrew out of the Royal Lodge, and now he might not be able to stop Queen Elizabeth's dresser, Angela Kelly, from writing books, and it might be Elizabeth to blame. According to the Mail on Sunday, Angela Kelly has told friends that the Queen wrote her a remarkable letter granting express approval for her to publish 3 books. Only 2 so far appeared. Kelly has signed a non-disclosure agreement with the King in exchange for a grace and favour home. Charles is understood to feel that Miss Kelly's last book strayed too far into personal details when she wrote about the Queen's moment of private contemplation after Prince Philip's funeral 2 years ago. However, Kelly supposedly has this letter. A source said, "It's certainly a formidable weapon in her arsenal to have a letter like that from the Queen in her possession. It's quite something because it seems she is protecting her favourite assistant from beyond the grave. It is pretty important because it includes the Queen's wishes and no one would want to ignore those." After Tina Turner's death last week, King Charles allowed the band of the Welsh Guards to perform her 1989 hit, The Best, during the changing of the guard in front of Buckingham Palace. Hello magazine reports the group was also joined by the 1st Battalion Welsh Guards Corps of Drums for the ceremony, where the King's Guard hands over responsibility for protecting Buckingham Palace and St James's Palace to the new guard. Charles first met Turner in 1986 when she performed at the Prince's Trust All-Star Rock concert at Wembley Stadium in London. People reminds us in a December 2021 episode of Apple Fitness Plus' Time to Walk series, Prince William revealed Diana would play The Best for him and Prince Harry to ease their back-to-school anxieties. William said, "One of the songs I massively remembered has stuck in me all this time, and I still to this day quite enjoy secretly is Tina Turner's The Best, because sitting in the back seat singing away, it felt like a real family moment. And my mother, she'd be driving along singing at the top of her voice. When I listen to it now, it takes me back to those car rides and brings me lots of memories of my mother." And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, YouTube, your app of choice. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue and good times.